Hey there everyone, and welcome to my God of War 2 Titan Mode difficulty video guide. So we have just obtained the Easter egg in the last video, and looks like there's one more sylph to deal with. And so you want to smash this object, and then you can place a shield on it, which we're going to be using to reflect a beam back at the area that's preventing us from reaching the lowland section of this game. So this is just a small little puzzle you need to do, and this video is going to be covering everything up to the Icarus boss little encounter. It's not really a boss fight. So you just place a statue in there, and then turn this crank all the way up. And this lift is going to take this statue up here, and it's a timed event, so you have to do this very quickly. And I would recommend just going to the rear of this platform, going straight up, because it's easy to fail this and have the lift fall back down. So when you do position yourself in the green area of the beam, just tap on the L button to parry, and it's pretty good at it, just doing it really instantly. So that's that. And then we're going to be moving on to the next area. So if you want to save it, go for it. I did. It never hurts to save. I have several save files just in case something ever goes wrong. So up here there's going to be several treasure chests to get. One of which is a collectible item, and I'll show you how to do it. First of all, the items that we seek are to the left, but we can't access them yet. So just hop on this grapple point and just take these guys out. It would be nice when you're doing that move right there that I just did, the L1 plus O move. It would be nice to be able to move it around a little bit to target other enemies. So anyway, you just want to go over here, and we need to pull a lever that we can access via these branches here. This climb up here. So just pull this lever here, and as you can see below, that's the bird that we slayed in the second flying sequence. So everything's coming full circle here. So this is really cool. It's nice to have a relationship with something earlier in the game, and then coming upon it and then realizing what exactly is going on. So we have acquired the Spear of Destiny. So what I like to do now when these enemies come is not to test the Spear of Destiny, but rather to rack up combo points. There's a magic box right outside this area, so I just always like to get combo points here. I think I got over 400 points, so you do the math, So it's several points. The Spear of Destiny is an item that I'm probably not going to be upgrading. Just due to the fact that there's so many restrictions on what you can upgrade as far as the number of orbs that you reap on Titan mode. So anyway, think of this circular area, this circular thing as like 4 quadrants. There's whenever you turn the lever, you essentially are moving the statue here and pointing the green glowing part of it in another direction. So it's at the right spot at the outset of earlier, a few moments ago. It was pointing at the right direction, so we didn't need to turn it facing the way it's facing now. This is only to get the optional treasure chests, but I would not recommend passing these things up because they're very valuable. So just remember that that's a gulf there that you can fall down. So freezing time is the only way you'll ever be able to access this area here. So I think this is actually a phoenix feather, yeah. And the middle object is the urn. And then we have another treasure chest, which, if I recall, judging from the number of orbs that come out of it, I think it's about a $730 red orbs. I'm not exactly sure of that, but it seems that the larger treasure chests that give you those that have a bunch of orbs coming from them, those usually have about 730 from my opinion and experience. So might as well just use these chests to fill up your health and magic. And we need to drag the statue back to where it was originally. And also, before that we do that, we have to point it in the right direction. So in a moment, you're going to see me drag this thing up this incline here. And while I'm dragging it very slowly up here, you might be saying to yourself, why not just kick it up this incline? Well, that's impossible. You can't kick it up the incline. It won't go anywhere. I've already tested it, and it doesn't work. So you need to place this statue back on the circular device here. Anywhere. It doesn't matter where you place it. All you need to do is turn the crank. Just turn it like one time, and then it will lock into place by itself. See how I released it? And then kick it off. You can't kick this thing off of anything, so don't worry about it. That would be a game-breaking glitch. So just head on back down here to where we originally climbed those vines, and then hop on this thing, and it's going to allow you to hit that thing, so you can cross it without it lowering to the point where you're going to fall off and not make the jump. So we are at the crossing of the lowlands section, and from this point out, it's just a bunch of grappling. It's very easy to die, but it's made very well. So if you know what you're doing, you probably won't die. I think there was a couple close calls here, but just on this part here, just wait until it drops down a bit, and then it's made very, very well. So you really don't have much to worry about, and if you die, you just start right back at the save point. It's right there, and that's about it. There's one where you kind of have to hang on, I think, like right here. Just hang on until you get the R1 prompt. That's all you need to look for. Just look for the R1 prompt, and then we're going to crash land here. So up ahead are two very difficult fights, and I want to immediately point something out here. There's going to be two sirens that spawn. Now you see the one on the top? That's the one that you need to focus on and kill first, because if you don't kill that one first, then what can end up happening is that the third one that spawns will spawn with the Hades Minotaurs. Now if you kill this one first, then it will die, and then it will cause the third one to spawn. If you kill the other one, for some weird reason, the third one doesn't spawn until the Hades Minotaurs appear. So these enemies can be grabbed. They take, you'll see a circle button over their head, and you have to do that circle button twice. And they, when you do the first circle button, they'll land, and then they'll react with one of those energy balls. Those energy balls can be blocked, and better yet, parried. So you can shoot the balls back at them, and then they will stumble backwards. So this is actually, it's a really difficult fight, because you have to distribute the damage here equally on these sirens. And by the way, the sirens we faced prior to Theseus, those were the siren widows. These are actually just plain sirens. I like these sirens a little bit better. They seem to be a little sexier. They've got a lot of cleavage showing, and I don't know, they just do a little bit for me, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so and they're not difficult. These guys are a lot, these gals, I should say, are a lot less difficult. So ideally, so this was the ideal setup. So when these Hades Minotaurs spawned, I just had the one siren left who was on the verge of death. That's because I killed the correct one first, and I dealt damage to the final two equally, so I could set it up correctly. Now these Hades Minotaurs here, that move right there that they did is unblockable, but anything else is blockable. The problem here is that you're in such a small area, and these guys are large creatures, and it's just, there's no wiggle room. So I would recommend when you get them on one side, do the triangle, triangle, triangle move, stun them with the Kronos' Rage if you want to. And I currently have enough to upgrade my Blades of Chaos to level 4, but I don't want to commit to that purchase because I want to save enough money up to get Kronos' Rage up to level 3. It's just my personal preference. If you don't desire to do that and you want to get the Blades of Chaos to level 4, provided you have about as much orbs as I have and stuff like that, by all means, just upgrade whatever you want. I'm just doing it the way I want to do it this time. The problem here is that there's no checkpoint, and we have never mind. I want to point this out here. So you go to the treasure chest, and it stops you right before the treasure chest. So it's they kind of tease you. But I want to illustrate the fact of using Rage of the Titans. When you activate Rage of the Titans, you're not immune from getting hit, but you're immune while you're opening the chest. So when you do open chests normally without the Rage of the Titans activated, anybody who hits you will interrupt you. It'll interrupt the process of you opening up that chest. So if you do have the Rage of the Titans activated, then you can open up the chest, and even though you're getting hit, you're not going to get interrupted in the animation of opening that chest. So I would freely use as much magic here as you want to. So this is the same music that's on the Loom Chamber fight, that huge ass fight. The same kind of enemies here. So these are the regular satyrs, and we've got some juggernauts who seem to have quite a lot of HP. So it's kind of risky if you want to spar with these enemies, with the satyrs, with these guys around. You most likely won't get off a successful sparring match, although I did get a couple off. The thing about this is that if you try to stun the juggernauts and drop the Kronos' rage magic on them, it damages them, but it doesn't stun them, so they don't like stay in one spot. So that's why I would recommend just going to town on the Kronos' rage. You get all your magic back, or most of your magic back, since we have quite a lot of magic so far. But there's a chest after this with the magic. So now I got one guy left, and now this is actually a fair match. So even though he was low on HP anyway, so that's a difficult fight. And if anyone needs help, leave a comment. If anyone knows a better strategy than I did, by all means leave it, because I'm not the authority on every the best strategy for everything. And perhaps if you say something that I'm missing, it could possibly help somebody else. So we've arrived at the Great Chasm. So just grab these 2 treasure chests of healing items and magic items, and then go over here and hit the save point.